Well, this is a bit of a different video. So I'm at home. I keep getting a lot of comments asking what I've done to it and what's broke and stuff like that and how's it holding up. So this is like my 1 year. I've just had it just over a year now. So I'm just gonna go through what I've broke, what's broke, and what I've changed. I don't know if you see my videos, but if not, I'm gonna try and insert some clips now. But it's all they had, and it's a lot better than the bars I had. They were super bent. I didn't realise how bad they were until after I took them off. But these heated grips were a godsend. Oh, wow, it's so slippy. I don't even want to touch anything. No brakes, no nothing. Ooh. Riding over pure ice. Look at that, they didn't even brake. Ooh, ooh, so scary. It's not even braking, it's just solid ice. Woo! This is a city lane. Good thing is I cleaned my boots, but bad thing is my boots are full of water. Oh my days! That was like to my flipping handlebars. But it doesn't have an easy life. I'm currently on, how many miles are we on now? 1,249 miles I'm on now, and It's got to be over 1,000 of them of just on the limiter and absolutely smashing it through mud and breaking things. And well, to be fair, you'll be surprised. So I'm getting a lot of questions on what tyres I'm running. So I'm going to try and answer as many questions as I can in this video. As much as I love all the comments and I appreciate you all, having to reply to the same thing over and over again, it's just easy to show on a video. So front and rear, I'm running Metus TerraForce EXTs. So EXTs front and rear. I'm running the yellow compound tyre, so it's a bit harder front and rear. And quite a lot of people asking about what exhaust I'm running. So I'm running this exhaust here, IXIL, I don't know how you say it. I did take the baffle out. It's up to you if you want to take the baffle out. It is very loud, but it sounds cool. What else have I done? EBC rear brake pads, because I burnt through 3 sets of rear brake pads and not one set of front brake pads. So I just like my back brake. Front brakes always have me off, so that will do for me. Unfortunately, I haven't got the header because Uncle Wang refunded me the money. So I don't know if they're still making them. I might get my friend to custom fab me one of these. Still waiting for some sort of frame protection. So I've just kind of cut some skateboard grip tape, and as you see, it's worked until it's worn through, so I need to redo that. What else have I got over here? I've got a skid plate, Uncle Wang skid plate again. I've got under this cover here, I've got the bigger foam air filter from, I think, JR Endurance, and the foam material and the bigger intake. I've got Pro Taper bars, only because I bent my standard bars in the Sweet Lamb race, so I changed for these, and at first I kind of hated them, but I've kind of got used to how they are now. Got Oxford heated grips, so that's good for the winter, I guess. Got these AliExpress special levers, because I actually did smash my front brake very recent when I got my bike, sorry. Standard hand guards, but I had to get different brackets because these are a different diameter inside the handlebars. But as you can see, they're drift stitched, and this one is even worse. So be careful because they will smash. But I have dropped it a lot of times. I'm just going to pop the seat off. Actually, no, sorry. I've got this as well from AliExpress as well. So this, obviously, Rhino walk bag, waterproof. I just keep all the tools and anything I need to get me out of a sticky situation if I ever break anything in here. And then just this rack literally from AliExpress. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. I've cut down the standard number plate bracket and just put a smaller plate on there because the plates that come with it are bigger than my face and it looks crap. So I'm just going to pop the seat and show you the little power command. There's nothing fancy, but I'll show you now. Brilliant. So looking at it now, you see how dirty it is. So probably should wash under there, but I have this. It has a switch on it so you can turn it on and off, and when you turn the key on, it will let you know with a light. But to be fair, it does make a difference. A lot more low end torque, and you can just tell it breathes better. It's hard to explain until you try it. So that's all the modifications I've done to it. Heated grips, levers. Oh, and this is called a double take mirror. To be honest, you might as well have no mirrors, but at least I've tried, because I can't be dealing with big bendy things because I just hate them, and personal preference, I just don't like them. I'd rather have no mirrors than big mirrors. Even if I got the ones that fold, I just can't be dealing with it, so I'd just rather have that. And to be honest, apart from that, there's not really anything I can think of that that I've actually modified. So now we'll go to the bits of what's happened over the year time of me owning the bike and what's gone wrong and what I've broke. So this is a bit where you'll probably be quite surprised. So this whole year I've had the bike, I've took it up some silly lanes, down some silly lanes, I've drowned it, I've dropped it, I can't even think how many times. And it's actually fared a lot better than you think. Obviously these bits will rub off with your knees. They just it's just a sticker on plastic, so it kind of rubs the paint off, and obviously it's kind of what the bike's made for, so I'm not too worried about that. Got little dinks. These, a lot of people give them a lot of slack. They're a lot stronger than you think until they're not. So I would just keep them until you break them, to be honest with you. The front brake lever, I dropped the bike and it snapped it off clean straight away, literally right here. But that could happen with, you could buy a brand new 30 grand bike and you could do the same thing. I fell off a few times and caught this shifter and bent the shifter back. And obviously it doesn't have a like a bendy tip, so it's a bit, obviously it's kind of bound to happen. And I did order the longer one that has the bendy tip. It normally comes to about here, and it lasted one ride and it stripped all the teeth out in here. So I was like, I'll just swap it back. So this is obviously a new shifter that's not bent. A lot of people give the crush bars a lot of stick. Yes, they will bend. I've had to weld mine in here somewhere. So I've actually welded mine, if it will focus, in there. Come on. Yeah, so I've welded mine in here. But if I didn't have these, I would have smashed my radiator. And when I most recently went out in Kilburn, I hit a fence. I don't know if you can hear it on the video. There was a point in the video I hit a fence. This bent back, smashed this plastic here, which is the first time I've ever broke some plastics. And literally was resting against my radiator here. But if they weren't there, I would have gone straight for my radiator and that would have been my day over. Apart from that, it's kind of just like age-related marks. Well, just wear and tear from the kind of bike that it is. Just like little scratches here, there and everywhere. But apart from that, as you've seen, if you ever want to watch any of my videos, it does not live an easy life. I keep on top of the mechanical side of it. Like, I service it way too early than it needs to be and keep on top of lubricating everything and all of that fancy stuff. But I just use it for what it's intended for. So the issues I've had with it, one of the main issues I've had is rear wheel bearings. So these are upgraded rear bearings. Well, they're not upgraded. They're just changed. I changed them on the side of the track one day in Wales. Not hard to change. It could be due to lack of maintenance on my half, but I always grease everything and everything like that. So it could just be cheap bearings. So I've changed them. That wasn't a big job at all. Headstock bearings. Obviously the bearings up in here. I've had all this off before because they were just making a little bit of noise when you were turning, and I was like, well, if I leave that like that, something bad's, it's never good if it's making noise. So I took that down, stripped them all, re-greased them, and I've not had it since. I do carry front wheel bearings in that little bag with me, just as a precaution. I've never actually had any issues with the front wheel bearings, but just based off the back, that is kind of like to be expected. But apart from that, just kind of scratches really. Like this bike, for the money, when I was looking at buying one, I couldn't find any videos really, apart from I think it's Nate the Postman or something like that, that's done like decent mileage on them and seen like how they've been holding it up. But mine does not have an easy life riding side of it, but it really for the money is a good bike. So I really can't knock it, to be honest. If you want something for the money that's good to ride, handles well, and takes a drop, I honestly would really recommend one. There's nothing else that I broke.
Didn't last very long. This screenshot just reminded me.
The only thing as well I gave up with is this ABS switch. I just pulled the fuse. I couldn't be dealing with every time stopping, just turning it off. It was just annoying, so I just ride without ABS. I don't.
Too low, you'll spin the tube.
To be honest, the amount of road riding I do is so
yeah. If you're going to drop the
rare
down a bit, probably insert
that I don't care anyway. I'll just be more like safer on the roads, but everything works how it should. Still starts, runs, sounds mint, no leaks, no nothing. Yes, it's a bit dirty now and a bit scratched, but is that not kind of what it's for? See, a lot of people as well have had issues with the chain. I've never had it. Yes, I haven't done as many miles as some other people, but obviously mine has been through the walls, and I've not had any issues with anything to do with the drivetrain or anything, or sprockets, nothing like that. The spokes every now and then become a little bit loose, but that's the same with any bike. You just keep on top of it. But apart from that, I've really not had any issues with it. So yeah, if I was you and you was looking at this video, maybe looking to buy one if you wanted to get into off-road riding or green laning or anything silly, go for it, because for the value for money and the amount of enjoyment you get out of this little thing, when you're coming flying past people that are on KTMs and BMWs, you're going to be the one laughing. So I think if there's anything else, just comment below. Anything else you can think of that you want to ask, because I'm kind of just going through the bits I can remember off the top of my head. Just write down in the comments below. But I can't really think of anything at the moment. So these are Pro Taper handlebars. Yes. Oh, sorry. One more thing. The ignition barrel, I had an issue with this. So I think it just gets full of, well, just mud and grime and stuff. And then basically what I had to do was I had it for a long time. See how I just put the key in and turn it, it comes straight on. I was having a lot of issues before where you could turn the key like, let's say like a little bit like this, and it would not come on. You have to like get it in the perfect place for it to come on. And all I did was literally had to take the whole front off, like this whole headlight thing, which is quite easy, just Allen keys, and take the bottom of the ignition barrel off. So this little bit down here, and just clean it and put some grease in there, and I've not had an issue ever again. But yeah, so apart from that, if you're thinking about doing it, do it, honestly. I'll try and insert some clips of mine getting used for its intended purpose, but if you're considering it and you're a bit worried, personal preference, but I would honestly go straight to the dealer, because I bought this basically blind. I had to get it, I never even got to ride one, nothing, because when I got mine, none of the dealers around me actually had any, so I didn't even look at one, nothing. I just was like, yeah, I'll order it. Suspension's pretty good. I'm quite light, so I think if you're a heavier rider, it might be a bit soft, but I can jump it and I can feel a lot safer than I had before. A few years ago, I had a KTM 200 EXT 2-stroke, and anything at any sort of speed, I used to get quite a lot of head shake. Whereas this, I can just gun it, and it just takes it like it's such a good ride, and it's a better bike than I can ride, I think. But yeah, I'm sorry it's a bit of a crap video, but I'm just trying to see, just trying to let people know my experiences with it, because I'm getting a lot of questions. I will be ordering these plastics soon. I'm just waiting for them to come in stock. But yeah, I'll put a video of my exhaust, how it sounds on idle now, because I know someone's going to ask that, especially without the baffling. But if there's anything else that I've forgotten, or anything you want to know, just comment down below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. So thanks for watching.